Yo, Dog Pound, what's up? Alright, so today I got a treat for you. We're gonna take a road trip. We're gonna go to Southwest Austin. We're gonna go check out SLAB BBQ. My boy Mark Avalos is over there doing great things, bringing his game to the sandwich game of barbecue. So we're gonna go check it out. You ready? Let's get it. Alright, Dog Pound. So we're, like I said, taking a trip to Southwest Austin. We're going to go visit my man Mark Avalos over at SLAB BBQ. If you haven't been to SLAB, I'm telling you, y'all are missing out on some what he calls slow, low, and banging barbecue. He doesn't do traditional barbecue as in 2-3 meat combo plates. This man is all about perfecting his sandwich game. He loves making barbecue sandwiches, nachos, sliders, all that. It's a great place to go hang out and get some good barbecue from guys that are really passionate about what they do over there. It's decorated very well. It's got that little New York hip hop meets barbecue meets Texas kind of feel to it. And I'm telling you, man, this place is a great spot to go hang out. So if you haven't been there, go check it out. But in the meantime, let's get to know Mark Avalos, or as everybody likes to call him, El Jefe.
First memory of barbecue. You know, obviously I grew up in Austin, so a lot of different barbecue places around town. Back then, I think there weren't too many. It was like Bill Miller and Dickies, the original Dickies, I think. But I do remember when I go to Central America, where my family's from. My uncle would he would grill a lot, and he would use a wheel from a tire, you know, for the grill, and then he'd put a grate over it, and he'd cook steaks and stuff over that. And so I remember that stuck a lot in my head. So that's probably the first memory. So I'm self-taught. You know, I don't have a story about, you know, other than, you know, I'd go every once in a while with my uncle or whatever, but no one ever told me this is how you're supposed to do it. And so I learned a lot of it from a book, and I always joke that I say dial-up internet, but that's the truth. You know, my mentors, I guess, were a lot of books, from Steve Reichland to Paul Kirk to Ray Lempe. You know, all those guys, you know, if you're in your barbecue back in 06, 07, you know who those guys are. And then back then there's actually a website called bbq-4-u.com, and that used to be a forum for barbecue. Funny enough, that guy, Greg Rempe, is still around and actually has Barbecue Central. I brought that up to him that I actually followed that forum one day at the conference last year. He was floored because he didn't think anybody went to that forum back in the day. And I was like, no, man, I learned so much. And because of that, I learned the different regions. So even though I love Central Texas barbecue, you know, I learned a lot of the different regions because I learned from books and dial-up internet. It starts all like most of us that are in this industry now. It starts in your backyard, right? I mean, you have this passion that, you know, that turns into a business, but it all started in my backyard. I mean, just having parties and just cooking out, you know, and just having fun, listening to music, you know, drinking beer, and just cooking for friends. So that's where it all started. Well, my first grill, when I bought a house, because I grew up in an apartment, you know, pretty much my entire life. And then my mom and I decided to get a house in 01. And the first thing that I bought was a grill, a Kamado grill, which now Big Green Eggs, most of you guys know what Big Green Egg is. But it was a smaller one, 18-inch diameter. So mine was starting off in grilling. And so I just remember doing a lot of steaks, fajitas, a lot of appetizers, jalapeno poppers, things like that. And then it wasn't until I ended up being able to afford to buy a big old trailer, barbecue trailer. I had a Southern Yankee barbecue trailer, and it was a rotisserie style with the back load in for the wood. And that's where I kind of learned the barbecue part, you know, the smoking part. And I burned many a brisket, you know, trying to learn that. That's a pain in the ass. That meat was a pain in the ass to learn, but with a lot of trial there and a lot of briskets that ended up being chopped. But you know, that's you know. Slow, low, and banging. You know, that's what jumps out of my head, obviously. I mean, to me, obviously has a deeper meaning just because it was a dream that I had, a clear vision that I had in '05. I was sitting inside of my bed and I was like, man, I love this barbecue and I'd like to take it to more of a business level. And I was like, I want to do something where it combines two of my favorite things, which is barbecue, but I wanted to do barbecue sandwiches because when I would go to barbecue places, I'd always make sandwiches out of it. And the other one was hip hop. Yeah, I grew up in Texas, but I listened to hip hop. I'd be lying if I told you that I grew up listening to country. It's not what I grew up with. And so, you know, I grew up with hip hop, and so to see it come to fruition, but still stay true to what I originally wanted, you know, I appreciate that because, you know, there's so many times. I mean, I remember one of the first reviews when we got from SLAB is like, you know, you need to play George Strait, you know, and stick with the roots, you know, with the roots of Texas. And I was like, well, that's not what I grew up with, you know, and I would be lying to you if I would play in that and had like neon. And don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not who I am. And so this may not be Mark's barbecue, but it is Mark's barbecue because you're indirectly seeing who I am. The staff, it's just, I'm so appreciative, you know, of the staff here because they're the ones that truly make it run, but they've been here, you know, for so long. And in this industry, you very rarely see that. There's so much turnover. And some of these guys have been with since day one, you know, and they love the brand and they're the first ones that when we come out with a new shirt or new hat, they're like, I want that, you know, and I appreciate that so much, you know, and they don't realize it. And I try to say it wherever I can when I do these interviews is like, they are so important to me and I'm so appreciative of those guys. The donk. You know, the donk is a pound sandwich. It has all the meats, all the condiments, everything on it. It's stacked up this high. But two things, it's homage to barbecue sandwiches, you know, it's all in one. But then the name, the donk, kind of goes with the whole slab, you know, vibe that's come out of Houston, you know, back in the day. And so the donk is one of, we call those cars that have those big wheels, you know, like a Caprice Classic or one of those cars that, you know, are riding high on 22s. So, that one. Sure, I mean, we do everything, you know, a lot of times people, because we present it differently, you know, don't take us as serious as maybe the other barbecue places, but, you know, I make the rubs, all the sauces that we have, you know, those are all recipes that we're actually mine and that we're starting to sell the sauces too. The rubs, you know, same thing, you know, that when we start selling, those are our rubs too that we created. So we do everything on the back end, you know, we try to do, everything's fresh, all the sides are made every day, all the sauces are made every day, all the meat smoked fresh every day. So we do everything on the back end, you know, we keep it traditional, just the way that we present it to you is a little different. This was always to be a restaurant that I can put in different locations, different cities, and so it's a concept, you know, barbecue concept restaurant, and you know, I don't want people to think though, because it's a concept that, you know, we take away from the whole barbecue nostalgia or the back end. I mean, like I said, we do everything the right way, and I'm very big on it. I try to be in both locations to make sure that the quality is always there. but it's to put as many slabs around the nation as we can. Non-barbecue. I love Chinese food. I don't know. I just love me some fried rice, and I just sesame chicken, all that stuff. I dig it. I think one of the big things is taking the kids to Disney World. Hidden talents. You couldn't tell, but I grew up playing tennis. I actually taught tennis. And now I'd love to get back into it, but you know, I gained some weight since then. But pickleball, I love me some pickleball, man. That's a fun little sport. It's like ping pong and tennis combined, and I like to play pickleball when I can. That's a good question. You know, I've been self-employed or a partner of something since I was probably 25. So I'd definitely be doing something on my own. Man, I like as an actor Benjamin Bratt, but he just looks nothing like me, so I can't say that. And the closest one, so I used to have an online advertising company with some friends of mine, and we did a Hustle and Flow campaign, and they used to give me a hard time because like, man, Terrence Howard looks like you. And that's when I was a little thinner, but yeah, so maybe Terrence Howard, I guess. I mean, come on out. I mean, the vibe is good, the music is good, the food is good, but the big thing is, man, we put passion in what we do, you know, and from the smiles that you'll see on the employees' faces, it's all real. I mean, we keep it real. We keep it real, so come out and give us a chance.
And that, my friends, was Mr. Mark Avalos, El Jefe. Great guy. Telling you, if you haven't been out to SLAB BBQ, you got to get out here. There's 2 locations in Austin. This one's in Southwest. So my man Jorge here is making up some pulled pork nachos for us, and I'm telling you, these things were awesome. So he got the pulled pork and chips together for us, and Mr. Brandon took over, and you can just watch him do his thing right here. I'm gonna shut up and let you watch it go on. You guys thought he was done with the cheese, huh? Yeah, so did I. I'm telling you, he loaded us down. Gotta have the jalapenos on there. Come on with it, Brandon. Do your thing, bud. And guys, if you like what you're seeing here, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Click the bell. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back to these nachos. So while my man Brandon was hooking up the nachos, my man Jorge was over there making up some ribs for us. Man, I'm telling you, these things were off the hook. Nachos phenomenal, ribs phenomenal. Coming back, catching and making El Jefe sandwiches. These things were phenomenal. Man, I'm telling you, the food over here is just great. You gotta get out here. The sliders were awesome. The nachos were awesome. That Texas tornado wrap was massive. And the biggie vanilla wafer and the banana pudding. Come on, man, that took it over the top. You see, you can buy your own growler, fill your own growler. They do catering. He's working on a Daddy Mac. Come on, man. You got to get out here.
Okay, so I really like the heat with that habanero sauce on the ribs. It's good.
Well, I like it. I describe it as good comfort food. And I had the LFA sandwich, which is brisket with queso and peppers and grilled onions, and I even had a little bit of Frito chips on top, and it was quite a lot going on, but it tastes really good. The brisket was really good and moist and flavorful, and so good stuff going on.
My favorite was the pork ribs, and you can get them with the glaze or without. We got them with. It's a strawberry habanero sauce, so it's got a little heat, and it was really tasty. The ribs were tender, and I thought it was delicious. I liked everything I tasted.
Good presentation, great friendly staff, great place to come to for lunch or dinner even, if you want a quick bite to eat.
So as you see, that was 2 thumbs up from Jana and Greg. Thank you guys for participating. Again, SLAB BBQ. It's in Austin, 7101 West Highway 71, guys. Get out there and get you some. Peace.